Hi, now it's mid-September, it's time to start thinking about your lawn maintenance ready for the winter. And in the spring, the idea of lawn maintenance is to remove the moss and that's grown up over the winter. In the autumn maintenance schedule, it's about removing the thatch and the dead grass that's built up over the summer. Now, I'm sure for many of you, the drought over this year has meant that your lawn's particularly bad, so this is very important that we do this. So we can remove that thatch, let the grass have some air to breathe, get the water down there so it doesn't go in, and then keep all the bugs and diseases out from the grass and keep it all nice and fresh and clean. So that's what I'm going to do. So the process is pretty simple. First of all, I'm going to scarify the lawn, get as many of the dead grass out. Then I'm going to cut it really short as you can, almost scalping it if you can. And not only does that remove all the material, but it also stops any horizontal growing grass, so you want all the grass to go up across the ground, so that's going to cut those down short. And then finally I'm going to do a light top dressing with some grass seed to fill in all the patches. So the first stage is to scarify your lawn. And I've got a relatively small lawn, so I'm just using a Springbok rake. But if you've got a larger lawn, then I would suggest using a motorised scarifier. Whatever you do, the action is pretty much as simple, is that you're using the metal tongs to scrape away the thatch within the grass and pulling it away. The important thing here is to try and do it as many directions as you can to make sure you get as much thatch out as possible. And here we go, that's the results of the scarifying. All this thatch has been pulled out, and you can see even from a small garden such as mine, whose relatively new lawn that was only seeded in the spring, that's still quite a lot of material. So I'm sure with all the established lawns that you may have, you'd be picking up quite a lot. So that's just fine, that will go in the compost or in your brown bin. Next, it's cut the grass, making sure you do it as low as possible and try and do it from a couple of directions to make sure you get some of those horizontal grasses. And finally, it's a light dusting of grass seed to fill in those gaps. I'm using a hard-wearing grass seed mix because I've got two very young children who like to destroy my lawn with their toys and games, but you can use a grass seed mix that suits your location, such as shade or full sun. And so that's that done. Now, assuming the birds don't take all my grass seed and we get a decent amount of rain, this seed should germinate in about 5 to 10, 15 days. And then it'll grow nicely before the end of the frost come along and fill in all the nice gaps. So hopefully next spring, I have a nice, thick and healthy lawn.